Energy is at the heart of global power. Nations have fought over oil, gas, and coal for more than a century. These resources fuel economies, drive industries, and shape military strength. In the 21st century, the world's thirst for energy is only growing. As traditional sources become harder to access, new discoveries can shift the balance between states. Today, energy is more than just fuel. It is a tool of influence and security. Countries that control energy resources often wield more power on the world stage. When an energy-rich area is found, especially in a contested zone, it can spark international competition. This is not only about profits, it is about who gets to set the rules. Recent years have seen a scramble for resources in Asia. The South China Sea, with its rich reserves, has become a focal point. The latest gas discovery in the Philippines has drawn global attention. It is not just another oil find. It is a new chapter in the region's energy saga. As the world watches, the stakes are high. Will this discovery bring nations together or push them further apart? The answer depends on how countries handle both opportunity and rivalry. In early 2026, the Philippines announced a major natural gas find off its western coast near Palawan. Geologists estimate up to 4.5 trillion cubic feet of gas, almost half the size of Malampaya, the nation's longtime energy source. This discovery could mean energy security for the next 20 years, keeping lights on in homes and factories. The gas lies about 90 nautical miles west of Palawan, within the Philippines' exclusive economic zone. But its proximity to disputed waters with China adds tension to this vital energy project. The South China Sea is one of the world's most contested bodies of water. It links the Pacific and Indian Oceans, forming a vital shipping route. Each year, goods worth over $3 trillion pass through these waters. More than half of the world's oil and gas shipments cross this sea. Beneath the waves, the South China Sea is rich in untapped resources. Experts believe it holds up to 11 billion barrels of oil and 190 trillion cubic feet of natural gas. This makes it a prize for nearby countries. The area is also home to rich fisheries, supporting millions of people. However, the sea is not just about resources. It is a strategic frontier. Several countries, including the Philippines, Vietnam, Malaysia, and Brunei, have overlapping claims. China, for its part, asserts control over almost the entire area. This claim is shown by its 9-dash line, which overlaps with neighbors' exclusive economic zones. Control of these waters means more than energy or fish. It means influence over trade, security, and regional order. For powers like the United States and China, the South China Sea is a stage for broader rivalry. The United States sees the Philippine gas discovery as a chance to help an ally and to promote a free and open Indo-Pacific. Washington has long supported Manila's rights in its exclusive economic zone. US officials say the new find could boost the Philippines' economy and energy security. It could also reduce regional reliance on Russian and Middle Eastern energy. For the United States, the stakes are clear. Supporting the Philippines strengthens alliances and counters China's growing reach. The US Navy continues to patrol nearby waters, signaling commitment to freedom of navigation. American energy companies may also seek a role in developing the new field. China, meanwhile, is uneasy. Officials in Beijing warn against unilateral actions in disputed areas. China claims historic rights over much of the South China Sea, including parts of the new gas field. Beijing fears being edged out of resource deals and losing influence in its backyard. State media has called for dialogue and restraint, but Chinese ships have stepped up patrols. Both capitals are watching closely. Each sees the gas discovery as part of a wider test of power, rules, and regional leadership. Clear visuals help make sense of these complex disputes. A map of the South China Sea shows overlapping exclusive economic zones claimed by the Philippines, Vietnam, and Malaysia. China's 9-dash line cuts across them all. The new gas field sits just inside the Philippine zone, but only a few dozen miles from China's claimed waters. Charts reveal why this find matters for energy. The Philippines consumes about 4.2 billion cubic meters of natural gas each year. The new reserves could meet national demand for decades. By comparison, China's annual demand is over 360 billion cubic meters, making it a global giant. Shipping lanes add another layer. The gas field lies near key routes for LNG tankers and container ships. Any trouble here could disrupt trade far beyond Asia. Past incidents, like the 2012 Scarborough Shoals standoff, show how quickly disputes can escalate. Visual tools, maps, graphs, and satellite images bring home the reality. This is not just a local matter. The discovery sits at the crossroads of energy, trade, and global security. The new gas find could really reshape energy markets in Southeast Asia. If developed quickly, it would reduce the Philippines' need for imported LNG and support local jobs. Lower dependence on imports shields the country from global price shocks. More local supply in Asia can ease upward pressure on LNG prices and give buyers more bargaining power with big exporters. The world's gas markets and shipping routes are all linked to what happens next in these contested waters. History warns us that energy discoveries can, unfortunately, spark not just economic competition, but military tension as well. The South China Sea is, at this point, already crowded with naval patrols and Coast Guard ships. With the new gas field, both the Philippines and China may feel some pressure to assert control. Alliances are shifting. The United States and the Philippines have revived their mutual defense treaty, and joint patrols are now pretty common. Washington has also sent more ships and aircraft to the region. In response, China has been building artificial islands and expanding its navy. Each side, quite frankly, fears losing ground. The risk of miscalculation is real. Even a minor incident like a collision or a warning shot could escalate really quickly. Other players, such as Vietnam and Malaysia, are watching closely, and they might seek new alliances or energy deals as well. At the same time, though, some leaders are hoping for restraint. The cost of open conflict here would be huge, not just for the region, but for the world. Despite all these risks, the new gas discovery could actually open doors for cooperation. The Philippines has invited foreign partners to help develop the field, and joint ventures could include United States, Japanese, and even European energy firms. This helps spread risk and brings in much-needed technology. There's also the model of joint development, something China and the Philippines have, in the past, discussed as a way to share resources, even if they can't agree on sovereignty. Such deals are admittedly difficult, but not impossible. They require trust, transparency, and, outside guarantees. International groups like ASEAN could play a role here, mediating talks and helping set rules for resource sharing. The United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, or UNCLOS, offers legal frameworks for settling disputes. If countries choose dialogue over confrontation, this gas find could become a real test case for peaceful problem solving. The world has seen energy spark conflict, but honestly, it's also seen it forge partnerships. The Philippine gas discovery is really more than just a local story. It sits at the crossroads of energy, security, and global rivalry. For the Philippines, it's a chance to secure its future. For the United States and China, it's another chapter in a long struggle for influence. The risks are very real. Disputes could spark confrontation, hurt trade, and expose millions to economic shocks. But so are the rewards. With wise leadership, the discovery could spur cooperation, lower energy costs, and build trust in a tense region. The world now faces a choice. Will this new resource pull nations together or drive them apart? Much depends on how leaders, on all sides, choose to act. In a time of rivalry, the hope for peace rests on turning competition into common ground. In the months following the gas discovery, the region witnessed a delicate dance of diplomacy. Summits were hastily arranged. Old rivals sat across new negotiation tables. The Philippines, once seen as a minor player, now found itself at the center of high-stakes talks, its leaders balancing opportunity with caution. Neighboring countries watched closely, weighing their own claims and interests. ASEAN, often criticized for its slow consensus, became a forum for urgent debate. Proposals for joint resource development gained traction, hinting at new models for shared prosperity. At the same time, deep-seated suspicions lingered, old wounds reopened, and some alliances grew tense under the pressure of shifting power. Yet, amidst uncertainty, signs of progress emerged. Confidence-building measures were announced, joint patrols, shared data centers, and transparent reporting of maritime movements. The gas discovery, once a potential flashpoint, began to serve as a catalyst for dialogue. Diplomacy, though fragile, took center stage. The world watched as the story unfolded, not just for the fate of the Philippines, but as a test case for how nations can navigate competition without conflict. Today, the region stands at a crossroads, its choices echoing far beyond its shores. The next chapter, still unwritten, will reveal whether cooperation can truly triumph over rivalry. As the dust settles on the diplomatic front, a new reality takes shape across Southeast Asia. The Philippines, propelled by newfound energy reserves, stands on the brink of an economic transformation. Early investments pour in, international companies set up operations, local industries expand, and job opportunities multiply. Infrastructure projects accelerate, from ports to power grids, promising to lift entire communities out of poverty. Neighboring nations, too, feel the rising tide. Joint ventures and cross-border partnerships begin to blossom, linking economies in ways once thought impossible. The region's energy markets diversify, reducing dependency on distant suppliers and injecting a sense of security into national budgets. Yet, challenges persist. Managing windfalls, avoiding the pitfalls of resource dependency, and ensuring fair distribution become urgent priorities for policymakers. For many, hope is tempered by caution. Questions linger over environmental impacts, regulatory oversight, and the risks of corruption. But for millions, the promise of affordable energy and shared prosperity is no longer a distant dream. The economic aftershocks of the gas discovery ripple outward, shaping not just balance sheets, but the very fabric of society. In this new chapter, the choices made today will determine whether the region's energy wealth becomes a force for inclusive growth or a source of new divides. The story of opportunity, responsibility, and transformation has only just begun. The reverberations of Southeast Asia's energy breakthrough extend far beyond its shores, sending shockwaves through global energy markets. As the Philippines and its neighbors ramp up production, traditional suppliers, once dominant players, face new competition. Spot prices for natural gas begin to fluctuate, and major importers in East Asia and Europe reassess their long-term contracts. Energy giants diversify their portfolios, seeking stakes in the region's emerging fields, while established producers from the Middle East and Russia weigh strategic shifts. Shipping routes are redrawn, with new liquefied natural gas terminals and expanded maritime corridors altering the flow of commerce. The intricate web of supply chains, from drilling equipment to shipping insurance, feels the tremors of change. For energy-hungry nations, the promise of more options brings leverage and flexibility. Negotiations grow more dynamic as buyers pit suppliers against each other, driving innovation and competitive pricing. But volatility remains. Newfound reserves must be managed with care, and unforeseen disruptions could ripple through interconnected markets. Amid these shifts, the world watches closely. The balance of power in global energy is in flux, and the choices made by Southeast Asia's leaders will echo through boardrooms and government halls across continents. The region's rise as an energy hub marks not just a local transformation, but a pivotal chapter in the evolving story of global supply and demand. But as Southeast Asia's energy ambitions reshape the world, a quieter story unfolds beneath the surface, a struggle between progress and preservation. The surge in gas extraction brings prosperity and opportunity, but also sharpens environmental concerns. Pristine coastlines, once teeming with marine life, now face the threat of industrial runoff and accidental spills. Seabeds, rich in biodiversity, are disturbed by drilling rigs and seismic surveys, their delicate ecosystems pushed to the brink. Communities that rely on fishing and tourism voice growing anxiety. Local activists and global watchdogs demand stricter safeguards, warning that short-term gains could lead to long-term losses if the environment is neglected. As gas fields expand, so do questions about carbon emissions, methane leaks, and the region's role in the climate crisis. Governments and corporations are pressed to adopt greener technologies, invest in restoration projects, and enforce rigorous oversight. The path forward is fraught with tough choices. Can Southeast Asia balance its newfound energy wealth with its responsibility to protect the planet? The answer will shape not only the region's future, but the health of oceans, coastlines, and communities for generations to come. In the shadows of progress, the world is reminded every breakthrough comes with a cost, and the quest for true prosperity demands a careful, sustainable balance. As the dust settles and the world takes stock, the future of US-China-Philippines relations hangs in a delicate balance, fraught with risk, but also filled with possibility. Diplomats and leaders, once entrenched in rivalry, now face a crossroads, continue down the path of confrontation, or seize the chance to forge a new chapter built on dialogue and mutual respect. International forums, back-channel negotiations, and multilateral partnerships emerge as critical spaces for compromise. The Philippines, with its strategic location and growing economic clout, stands poised to shape the region's destiny, not as a pawn, but as a partner. The United States and China, recognizing the high stakes, begin to explore confidence-building measures. Joint maritime patrols, shared environmental initiatives, and transparent resource-sharing agreements. Yet progress depends on more than treaties signed in distant capitals. It requires trust, cultivated by open communication, respect for sovereignty, and a willingness to learn from past missteps. Civil society, academia, and the private sector step into the spotlight, offering fresh ideas and people-to-people exchanges that bridge divides and foster understanding. While challenges remain, a new generation of leaders and citizens dares to imagine a future where competition gives way to cooperation and where prosperity does not come at the expense of peace or the planet. The journey ahead is uncertain, but the seeds of resolution have been planted. As Southeast Asia's tides of change continue to reshape the world, the choices made today will echo far beyond its shores, offering hope that together the region's nations can chart a course toward renewal, stability, and shared success.